Yeah, let's do it, guys. Welcome to the webinar. Today is Friday, and we're having the honor to have Amanda with us today, who's going to do a webinar about tap water and a little bit of our health hydration products. So, warm welcome to Amanda.
Thank you so much, Andres. And I can't see any of you and I can barely hear you. So Emily is behind the screen. So if you wanted to ask a question or whatnot, she'll be able to relay the message to me. So thank you so much for all of you that are joining. I just want to take a second here and kind of just tell you my story and how I got into the water profession. So I've been now drinking hydrogen water for about 15 years. 15 years ago, I was not the same person. I was considered clinically obese. I had mercury poisoning, adrenal fatigue, and I lost my female cycle. No periods in 8 years. And I was really sick. And so I struggled in my body. I was depressed. It'd be a week and a half before I'd go to the bathroom sometimes because I was so constipated. And it was doctor after doctor, pill after pill. I was the mystery patient. And so I kept looking for answers. And gosh, when I was about 27 years old, actually, is when it happened. I heard about alkaline water through a company that I actually worked with for about 12 years of my life. And I ended up drinking a glass of this water coming from this unit, not realizing it was the hydrogen in that unit that was responsible for the benefit. But right when I drank that first glass of water, I felt like a sheet just lifted off my head. And I felt like I could see. I felt like there was all these colors in the room. I got energy for the first time in years. And I was like, what is going on? This is amazing. And so I ended up investing in this technology in this company's product. And people around me were like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're losing weight, your skin's glowing, and you just seem happy. What is it? And I said, I think it's this water. And they were laughing at me like, water? Really, Amanda? Water? And I said, yeah, you know what? Why don't you try it? I have this unit. I know it makes a lot of water a day. Just bring the jug and I will fill it up for you. And so that's what happened. The first month and a half, I had over 50 people coming to drink the water. And then they started having a result and they started sharing their testimonies with me to the point where I was like, are you sure it's the water? I don't even believe you right now. This is crazy. We had people, headaches were gone, arthritis seems to be under control, people losing weight, energy, all kinds of different things. And so that's when I said, there's something here. So I quit my full-time job, and this was a month and a half, and I worked for my parents at the time. And I quit. I said, Mom and Dad, I know you want me to take over your business. They own this company called Beaver Bark. And I said, I don't want to take it over. I want to do my own thing. And I want to help people one glass of water at a time. So I did. I spent 12 years with that company, traveling and speaking all over the world about how great this water was. And so fast for reverse, about 3 years ago, there were some studies that came out. So this is when I was still in that company. And there was 10 years of data, research, studies that were published that proved there was no reason to drink alkaline water. It was only the hydrogen that was in the water that was responsible for all the results. And so once this information started circulating, I said, oh my gosh, I didn't realize, no one really realized that was the benefit. And that's where all the studies are at now, 3,000 studies later on hydrogen. So I said, okay, well, the times are changing. Now that we have all these studies, there's no studies on alkaline water, it's just the hydrogen in it. But the company, the technology that I was working with, it didn't give a lot of hydrogen and not enough to get a result. But unfortunately, most of our clients didn't clean the units either. And so there was some mold and things that were building up that I didn't feel good going forward with. And so I decided to start my own company. That's how we got to Be Healthy Hydration. We're almost 2 years now coming up to it that we've been in business, and we're very excited. We operate all over the world. And so this will be recorded for those of you that want your friends and family to see it as well. We are recording it. It will be a replay. So I just kind of want to share with you a little bit more about this hydrogen. And like Andrea said, the tap water and what's so bad about tap water. So when I first started in the water industry, I actually got to work with a biological medicine doctor and scientist. So she was really ahead of the time because she was the only one that was really talking about these antioxidants. And she didn't know it was called hydrogen. She was looking at cells in the microscope. So what she would do is she would take her patients and she would put them on this type of water, the alkaline water with the hydrogen in it, and she would look at their cells in a microscope. And she started seeing something very interesting. So I'm actually going to show you here what she taught me when I first started this water about 15 years ago. So here's what Dr. Parker made it clear. A year I spent with her. So here's a cell. And in our body, we have 100 trillion cells. Our cells make tissues and organs and hormone systems, and they group together. So let's just imagine here, this is a cell. Let's say it's a cell in your pancreas. So all of your cells, doesn't matter where they're at, they're all going to have one thing in common. And that is there's a membrane on the outside. So this membrane is called a phospholipid bilayer, which is a fancy term for fat. In a healthy cell, water, oxygen, nutrients, and hormones are able to get into our cells. They're burned for energy. And that waste, like carbon dioxide, can leave the cell. That's healthy. So now, what's going to happen over time is our body is exposed to free radicals. So raise your hand for me, those of you who know what a free radical is. If not, it's okay. We're going to explain them. So a free radical is an entity or a molecule that has lost an electron. It's an unstable molecule. And they're floating around everywhere. They come from our cell phones, our microwaves, our TVs, our radios, our computers, plastic bottles of water, tap water. It's everywhere. You cannot get away from these free radicals. Too many free radicals in the body, those little free radicals are going to find an electron. They're going to find an antioxidant, and they make themselves neutralized. And so what happens is wherever your body's weakest link is, wherever you're experiencing any issues genetically, if you go back in your history, wherever you're genetically susceptible to these free radicals and toxin is where you're going to start having issues first. So in this instance, let's say it's the pancreas, right? And someone's got diabetes. So these free radicals coming in, their body's under stress, they're thinking stressful thoughts, which creates cortisol and adrenaline. So these little free radicals are going to come in and they're going to start to oxidize, is what we call that. It's aging of the cell. Kind of like an apple that gets brown, that's oxidizing. So now that phospholipid bilayer, instead of being semi-permeable, it became thick and sticky. So now water has a hard time getting in, oxygen, nutrients, hormones. Now inside of the cell starts becoming very dehydrated and very unbalanced. And so all this waste, all these byproducts are building up inside the cell. And that is an unhealthy, sick cell. So that's where disease starts now. The water can't get in, oxygen, now the cell becomes sick. And now that cell, just like every cell in your body, over 7 years, you're going to get a whole new body. But it's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. So for instance, if this is a diabetic cell in the pancreas, this cell is going to multiply and divide. It's called mitosis. This is the mother cell. It's going to split apart, and you're going to create two more identical daughter cells. So if the first mother cell has diabetes, these two daughter cells, they are going to be identical to the mother cell, and they're also going to have diabetes. Now, these two are going to split apart and make two more and two more and two more until a whole new organ is formed. So if your body is getting worse, it's going to keep getting worse. So what this doctor I was telling you about, she discovered when she was looking at these cells in the microscope, is that when her patients were drinking the water, that it was removing the oxidation on the cell. And quite rapidly, she found after 14 days, 21 years off, if you looked at their biological age, 21 years off the cell membrane, is it was taking that age right off. Now, once that happens and the cell regains this phospholipid bilayer, this able to go in and out, now the water gets back in, the oxygen, the nutrients, the hormones. And now that cell can expel that waste and it becomes healthier and healthier and healthier and healthier. This is how it works. So how many of you know somebody that has diabetes? Think what was it? I forget the number. It was like 120 million people in the US, it might even be more, have diabetes. They say 1 in 5 people don't even know that they have it. It's very, very bad. So it's an oxidizing issue, right? It's too much oxidation of the cells in the pancreas. So what happens is your body sends a message, a chemical hormone. That message, insulin, has to get into the cell. Okay. And if that cell becomes thick and sticky, the insulin cannot get into the cell. And so therefore the cell says, hey, I did not receive that insulin. And so the body sends out more insulin. And now you have an imbalance of blood sugar levels. So I feel the most powerful thing with this water, people with diabetes, is they start to notice my blood sugar levels are normalized. What's going on here? And we're not here to make any claims, but put your body through the test and let your body show you what it can do once you give it the right tools. So it's able to unoxidize that, and then the insulin gets back into the cell, and then you become a healthier and a healthier and a healthier version of yourself. So that's really what this is doing, and that is just so powerful. Now there's 3,000 studies later, 170 different disease models that this hydrogen has been tested on. Alzheimer's is a really big as well. My great grandma, she just passed away from Alzheimer's. And it's very sad. It's sad. It's oxidation of the brain. And so the brain is 80% water. There's Professor Oda. If you want to go back to the YouTube channel, or maybe someone could put the link in here with our 55-minute video he did. Professor Oda is the gentleman who discovered molecular hydrogen. And we just had him on a Zoom a couple of weeks ago. So he's going to go in through all the diabetes and how the studies, obesity, all kinds of different issues people experience and how the hydrogen is helping. So I thought what I'd do today is keep it kind of simple. I'm just going to go through the products, go through a little bit more information on bottles of water in general. And then we are going to conclude, and you're going to love it so much. So this is a product here. This is our Hydro Shot. And what we do is we just push the button. And if you have distilled water in it, it's going to work better because there's no minerals. Now, many of us believe that we need alkaline water in order to get a benefit, and that's simply not true. The alkalinity of the water will make no difference in your body, and the minerals that are in alkaline water, calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, they're in a form that your body doesn't utilize as well as an organic mineral, like a plant-based mineral. So we want to get our minerals from plants. So we're going to let this go for a second. We're going to test the hydrogen. Then we have our bottled water here. So those of you that drink bottled water still, let's think about some things that aren't so good about bottled water. One thing that's good is it's convenient. I think that's the only thing. We have water that sits in this type of plastic. So whenever you can move it like that, this is the worst possible plastic. Water is a solvent and scavenger. So when you put water in plastic, it's going to leach these plastic chemicals out of the water and right out of the plastic right into the water, and you're drinking it. And one of these chemicals is called xenoestrogen. That means it's a form of estrogen that your body thinks is estrogen. And 75% of men and women that have breast cancer have too much estrogen. It's a growth hormone. So it feeds the cancer cells. And so this is one very dangerous thing with plastic in general, is it's a hormone mimicking compound. So it's, especially if you have any female issues like I did, either not cycling or cycling too much, or even weight gain. These also have obesogens in them. So obesity causing molecules. So we really want to stay away from these, and they're expensive. The average person in the US spends about $5 a day to drink bottled water. So if you think about that, this doesn't sound like that much. Okay, well, let's add it up 30 days later. You're looking at $150. A year later, you're almost at what, $1,500 to $2,000? You're going to drink water for the rest of your life. And so you're going to spend thousands of dollars. I think it's over 30 years, you're going to spend over 40-something thousand dollars to drink bottled water. You can almost get a house for that. And that's just one person. Imagine a whole home. You got your kids and your husband and wife. There's 4 people in home. That's $20 a day. Okay, then our smart water. This one, I really don't think it's too smart, but they're contracted with the health stores. And so they're allowed to say it's smart. But again, it's in plastic. It might be a little bit better plastic, but it still is in plastic. And now this is our Essentia 9.5. And when all the alkaline water started coming out, we started seeing alkaline water on the shelf. And so I like to always read the back here, because look at this. The first ingredient is purified water. That's just reverse osmosis. And then the second ingredient is sodium bicarbonate. That's baking soda. And then we have magnesium, sulfate, calcium. These are all alkaline buffers. So you could just literally take your tap water, if you wanted, filter it out, and put baking soda in it, and then you can have alkaline water. But that's not going to give you the benefits. So we're going to check it for this molecular hydrogen. So another thing that's great about the molecular hydrogen is it's selective antioxidant. So you probably know about vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, fruits and vegetables. Those are antioxidants, and that's what hydrogen is. So we want those because those fight the free radicals. That's what they do. They fight the free radicals. There's an additional electron. So you want as many as you can to help your body balance that stress cycle. And so with this hydrogen here, you could not even eat enough fruits and vegetables in a day to get the equivalent of just one glass of this. It's not even possible. And it's selective. So it goes in there and it says, this cell right here is not healthy. And I'm going to go ahead and help that. But this cell over here, it actually needs the free radicals because we're going to break it down as body fat here and use it for energy. And it won't touch that system. It only goes after the dangerous, toxic free radicals, and it goes where it's needed. So it's really powerful. So we're going to go ahead and open this up here. And normally you can go a 5-minute or 10-minute cycle. So we'll show you here. And the therapeutic recommended amount to drink in order to get a benefit is 0.5 parts per million per liter of water. And so this hydro shot here, we've got it certified to 2 different certifications. We have H2 Analytics and a new program that just came out. It is the Hydrogen Water Quality Association. So this bottle has been tested to get over 100 hours of use. No heavy metals in the water. That is a big deal because there's titanium in there and there's platinum. And so if those metals are not good quality, they're going to break down and then those can go into the brain, create issues in the brain. So we've got that, and it's also certified to do at least 3 to 5 parts per million to hydrogen. So 0.5 is what you need, and this bottle can get up to 5 or more parts per million per liter. So you really only need 1. But the more you drink, the better you feel. You can't get too much. There's no toxicity at any amount. So you can breathe the hydrogen gas, you can drink it, you can put an IV in your body also, and you can soak in it. We'll talk about that in a minute. So here's our hydrogen drops. And I'll just do this first, actually, because I know a lot of you probably have seen these before. So this is another indicator. This is called an ORP meter, oxidation reduction potential meter reader. And if it's negative, that means it's an antioxidant. If it's positive, that means it's adding free radicals and toxins. So we have positive, it's meant for liquids. So we're going to go right in here, and you notice now it's a negative. So its ability to reduce oxidation. So negative 530. Okay, and then we have over here, this is the purified water with plastic. And the longer this water sits in the plastic and gets heated up, the higher this number will go. Because the more toxins and free radicals, and you're drinking them. We all thought water was good. It's like, okay, well, what kind of water are we drinking? This one's even worse. This is 322. And then we'll do the Essentia. So we're looking at positive 300, positive 137. So those are positive. So they're adding to the aging process, where this one is able to reduce the oxidation. Okay, so then we're going to just take our hydrogen blue testing drops here, and you can get these on our site if you want to get some for yourself. And then we're just going to put a few drops, and you're going to watch here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there's a scientific way to do this, but I just want to show you big scale here. Notice how it's clear. That's what we want. So we can put probably, 50, 60, 70 drops in there. It's going to be clear. Now we're going to go over here. These ones, it's indicating if there is or if there isn't any molecular hydrogen. And you're probably thinking by now, well, I don't understand how this hydrogen's even getting in there. H2O, that has hydrogen, doesn't it? And it absolutely does. But it is bond with an oxygen. And so it's not available for your body to use. So if you tried to drink the therapeutic recommended amount in order to get that hydrogen that's in tap water or bottled water, you would literally have to consume 1 million gallons of water in order to get 0.5 parts per million per liter. It's almost impossible. So as you can see here, these liquids don't have that molecular hydrogen, where here with the hydrogen shot, it's clear. And we put at least 20, 30 drops in there. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, so that's the bottled water. So not only is it expensive, it's not good for our health, and the environment. Let's talk a second about that because I'm really big on this. How many people recycle? Well, recycling is actually part of the problem because China used to buy, at least here in the US, China used to buy our plastic and recycle it. Now they won't because it's way cheaper for them to just manufacture new plastic instead of taking the old and changing it and making it new again. So now we just have all this plastic that's in the landfills. It's now made its way to the ocean. We have 2 sizes of the state of Texas floating in our ocean of plastic. That's 3 feet deep. And if we keep going the way that we're going, there will be more plastic than fish soon, within the next 10 years. So this is a really big deal that no one's really aware of. It's how bad this has gotten. And the only reason we're buying this is because it's convenient. That's it. So once you know what you know, it's like, I don't even want to go back to that. But unfortunately, with the HydroShot, you do have to put filtered water in it. So now we're still going back to buying the bottled water. So that's why I recommend that you go with our hydrogen unit here. So this is our home model. This model here is got a great warranty through us. We do a 3-year warranty. You were able to make 3 different levels of hydrogen, and you can also make ozone water. Ozone is O3, and this is a disinfecting water. So it's able to kill germs and bacteria. You can use it to wash your countertops, wash your fruits and vegetables. Some people use it for skin issues. Some people consume it. I don't recommend that, but there is studies out there proving its effectiveness. So this one will sit on the countertop, and it does have a filter in it. So you can use this water in the HydroShot. This is lower level hydrogen here. It's going to produce almost 1 part per million per liter, which is great for every day all the time. So you can drink it every day all the time. And then with the HydroShot, the studies are coming out, is that if you super saturate your blood a couple of times a day, your body will uptake more hydrogen. And so you can drink this all day long and then super saturate your blood with this a couple times a day. So what we do is we have a pack. So with the pack, you get our home model here. It sits in your countertop. It just hooks up to your tap here. And we give you this. And then we also have our ageless shower spa. So this one here is going to go in your shower. It has molecular hydrogen, 2 different forms. We have a slow and a fast acting hydrogen in here. And then we have a vitamin C, which is good for the skin. And we have a KDF media, which helps lower the contaminations in the water. And then also we have minerals just designed for your skin too. We have people absolutely love this. This comes in a kit. So this is our affiliate pack, right? For the kit, we have the home unit. We have the shower spa. This is a new product for us here. This is our misting spray. What I love about this is hydrogen is great for the skin because it makes collagen. It's also anti-inflammatory. So rosacea, wrinkles, age spots, right here. You just put water in it. It's got a little mini ionizer and you push the button and you're going to see for 2 minutes. It makes hydrogen and then you can spray it all over your skin. We have this available online. You can also get our rose serum, which is just our hydrogen water that we make here in-house. We put essential oil of rose in there and witch hazel. So you can use that and it's a tightening and toning, it's an astringent. So this is absolutely great. Then we wanted to go a step further. We want to talk about our chemicals in our tap water because most of us are not aware of this. I sure wasn't. I didn't know that there was 60,000 chemicals known in our water supply. And we don't know what they're doing when they mix into each other. We have pharmaceuticals, heavy metals, birth control. I mean, anything we consume is going somewhere. It's going out back into the water supply. It's kind of hard to think about that, but we got all these contaminants and then we're filtering the water to the standard of the quality of water, which our city says is safe. So they say they're going to look for 61 different contaminants. And out of these contaminants, if your water falls within that 60, I think it's 61, maybe it's 67, I forget exactly, but it's in that range there, then they say your water's safe. And so we don't know what the other contamination is, and they haven't changed their standards since 1985, I believe. So they're still looking for the same chemicals then as they are now. So let me ask you a question. Is our water, is our environment getting more toxic or less toxic? More toxic. And so we don't really know what we're drinking, but there's side effects to all these different contaminants in the water. So what we want to do with healthy hydration here is we wanted to make sure that you're protected. So we have different filtration media. Media means what are we using in here to get these different contaminants out. The machine has a filter, which is a standard filter to just help clear out chlorine and some other chemicals. But these are really the next step. So if you have arsenic, if you've got nitrates, these are all from farming. Arsenic is found in the Earth's crust. In my local area here, oh my gosh, we have 497 times over the standard or the considered healthy range. And we're over 497 times over that amount. If you start to do some research, you're going to find that it causes cancer. And we have a lot of people in our area that have cancer. And I believe it's because the water, even the Environmental Protection Agency, they say that out of 1 million people that get cancer, 1 million people get cancer, they say that about 600 of those people are getting cancer because of arsenic found in the tap water. And you can go read this information. Just go to the ewg.org. It's an environmental working group, and they're a group of people that analyze water, and they have a whole different set of report than you're going to see from your city. So I'd definitely go there. So we will match up your water. We'll actually run the report, and we'll see what you have in your water supply, and we'll customize the filtration media just for you. So you get these. You also get our housing. So these will go inside here. And then it comes with all the fittings the standard fittings, okay? We're not a plumbing supply store, so if you need something additional that doesn't come with, you'll have to go to the store and get it. But that is great, because this will sit underneath the counter, and then we'll have the home unit there, and you'll have protection here from your shower. We also have a whole house water system. And so for those of you that are like, well, I want to get an entire house water system. How are we going to get out all the contaminants in your water? You must get reverse osmosis if you wanted to really get everything out. And reverse osmosis in the whole house system is usually around 20 to 40,000, but we can do it. But the standard filter that we have is super easy because it just sits in your garage or in your laundry room. There's no plugging it in. There's no backwashing. It's got different filtration medias in it, and it also helps condition your water. And so we use a technology called nucleation crystallization activation, which means that it binds up all those minerals that are heavy minerals that stick. So all the calcium that you get, and you notice, oh my gosh, my glasses here have calcium. I'm embarrassed and they're dirty. I don't wash them. Well, that's going to help control all that too. So we have the whole house water system. We have bundle pack 2. We save a lot of money, get great value on that, which includes all these goodies. So we have that. And if you want more information on that, please let me know. This is a brand new product for us. This is available in Europe because they have new technology in Europe. So these are molecular hydrogen tabs, supplement. These are meant to consume in your body with food. You can take it on empty stomach too. Your gut, in your gut, you have beneficial bacteria, you have bad bacteria, you have good and bad. This is going to help to feed the good bacteria. Why do we want good bacteria? That's our immune system. Our brain and our gut also communicate. So if your gut is not in balance, your brain is most likely not in balance. And there's many other things that these bacteria will do. And so you want to feed those bacteria, and this bacteria will eat it, consume everything, and then those bacteria are what makes the hydrogen. So your own body is making its own hydrogen. And these are great because they saturate your blood for a lot longer amount of time, 6 hours. Whereas when you drink it, it's going up and then it goes down. This is going to go up for 6 hours and then fall down like that. And so there's so many great benefits. I've been using this for about 3 weeks now, 4 weeks now, consistently. When I go to the gym, I noticed the first week I went to the gym, I haven't gone in years, I lost 4 pounds. And I was like, I don't even know how it's possible. I didn't even eat, change, nothing. But I do think it's these. I think my body is more efficient because that's what those bacteria, your bacteria breaking your food down. So if your body is more efficient, that means your metabolism will also raise and you're burning more calories that way too. So it's a great product, brand new. You can't even compare it to the ones you put in the water because that's something outside of you going inside, where this is giving everything to you that your body is going to use to make it. And again, that one just spikes up and goes down. This one, it will last in your system. This is our disinfecting spray. And now this one, why I love it is you put water in here and you put salt, a little bit of just plain salt. And you're going to push that button and you're going to make water. that kills 99.9% of bacteria and germs. We're talking about every single living organism in 30 to 60 seconds. MRSA, staph, gangrene, AIDS virus, E. coli, salmon. It kills everything with a push of a button. So you can use this as a disinfector around your home. Countertops, toilets, sinks, mirrors, anywhere you want to sanitize. On top of that, you can use it for your skin. So for me, I had acne really bad in my past. Just drinking the water, your body heals from the inside out, helped control that so much, because when you have a lot of sugar in your diet, those yeast bacteria, they feed on that sugar and they come out your pores. And so drinking the hydrogen water, the yeast don't really like that environment. They tend to die off. But then you can also use this on the outside of your skin to oxidize. So the hydrogen water we just talked about is antioxidizing, helps inflammation, redness, where this is oxidizing, it kills. So if you did have something like rosacea or acne, you can use the hydrogen water first, spray, inflammation, redness. After it's dry, you spray this and it oxidizes, it kills any bacteria, and it oxidizes the skin, so it helps to close the pores up. So if you use that a couple of times a day, you're going to be surprised on your skin issues and what it can do. So I love this. You can also wash your fruits and vegetables with it to kill any bacteria that are on there, and it's a great, great product. So those are just some of the things that we carry over there at Healthy Hydration. We do have an affiliate program. So for those of you that are like, wow, I really see the vision here, changing the world one house at a time, one glass at a time, getting people healthy, not only physically, financially as well. Because we don't realize if we're stressed out about not having money, we're thinking about the stress of not having money. The thought creates a feeling, which is a chemical, and that's cortisol and adrenaline. Your body is in fight or flight. And now that's causing issues in your body. It's causing inflammation in your body. And so we want to help that too. And so when you come into the affiliate program, not only can you drink the water, but you get great support, and you're going to get to learn about the mind and how the body works. And so you can start to free yourself from this physical pain that you might be experiencing, one with the water, but two, how do we keep your body in a balanced state? How do we get into the environment where our body's not stressed? So we go through all those. We have wonderful coaches here for you too. So when you do join, you're going to be welcomed by one of our coaches. We'll put you through our training program, which is a 12-week course. And we have a private Facebook for you as well. So we work really hard to try to make sure that you get all the knowledge that you want, so you can go share this with your loved ones, with people that you enjoy. So we also do 20%. You get 20%. The cost of this pack I'm just telling you about right here is only $2,495 for all the things we just talked about. And I didn't even talk about the glow. This is our Hydro Glow. So this is powdered molecular hydrogen, and we put CBD in here too, which is great for inflammation, and a little bit of rose jelly or rose oil, rose serum. And this here, you put on the skin and you activate it with water. And so it'll literally, I have a picture I'm not going to show you because I'm kind of embarrassed, but I had an issue with my skin and I put this on there and I couldn't believe it. And just a couple minutes, 10 minutes later, it was completely like from red to just not red. So that was really fun to see this in action. So this is only $2,495 for all these things. Normally, if you go, past water company that was working for $5,000 for just one machine. So we get all of that for only $2,495. We do have financing available. We've got a company that we work with, Chase Bank. They offer 0% interest for 16 months. The minimum payment for this unit right here is about $27 a month. $27 a month. You got to think about that. How much do people spend in bottled water? A lot, 150. So you're saving money right there. Plus you get credit just for using that credit line credit card. So you get money back for using it. And then you get to borrow someone else's money to make yourself money until you pay it off with that minimum payment. So, and if you're worried about, oh, I don't like interest, well, don't worry. After 16 months, just transfer the balance to another 0% offer. So that's if you have good credit, 650 and above. If you don't, that's okay. We have in-house financing for you. So on our website, I believe it's about $400, and you get this. And then $75 a month, I believe is what it is, depending on where you're at, is the price. So it's available for everybody. We want to make it affordable so everybody can have good health in their life. So I want to give some winners out there. There's gonna be 2 winners, and we're gonna call them. Emily is gonna see who's active there in the chat, and then you're gonna win this. 2 of you. So if one of you has a question, I'll let you be the first winner. If you just want to come on out, and Emily can tell me what you say if I can't hear you. Anybody have a question? Yes, come on, don't be shy. Some common questions we get. I already answered one of them. How much hydrogen should you have a day? The answer
Yeah,
is 0.5 parts per million per
Felly, you
liter
can
to
join.
get a good result. The more, the better. Different ways of consuming it. The more ways you consume it, the better, because your cells have receptor sites. And so you'll be able to utilize more of it in different ways. If you drink it, you have the supplement, you shower in it. Those are all different pathways that the hydrogen's being able to get in. Way more powerful than vitamin C. Emily, do we have anybody that's nobody wants this shower unit?
Felly want to talk.
Yeah, I hear you.
About the mister,
Hello.
the mister for the face. Do you have to no makeup before you put it on?
Okay, so this
mister,
is
yeah,
good.
that one.
Good to know. So how I kind of came up with the formula on this is one of my friends, she makes custom made mineral makeup. And so she was selling the formula like, hey, this is what I'm putting in these bottles and people are buying it. So you can do it to set your makeup on the skin. That's what she used it for. So if you get the rose serum with the witch hazel, it's an astringent, tightens and tones. So it sets the makeup on the skin. But you can do it with makeup, without makeup, before you go to bed, anytime you want, and put it all over your body, not just your face. Good. So take a note who that was, because you're going to get our shower unit. And we have a new unit too, a bath unit as well. And that should be available on our site. Actually, I think it's already up there.
And we have a question from Haley. Can you add anything besides water to the mixture?
Yeah, you can add anything that you want. Just make sure that it's not too big. There's nothing floating in it. And you know, we're not scientists, so I wouldn't use anything that could harm anything. But especially when they mix in there, you know, we don't know specifically what would happen if it was, you know, alcohol or something like that. But yeah, you can. Yep. And so Haley, you're going to get the shower unit as well. Great. All right. So for those of you that are just jumping on here, please make sure you get back to the person who invited you to the call. We're going to be doing these at least once a month. And so you'll be getting people live. It's recorded, so you can share the recording with your friends and family too. So thank you so much. If there's any other questions, we are here available for you. We'll take a second here. Emily, is there any other questions there?
Kelly has a question.
I
Kelly.
actually,
No.
I actually had a success story. I am
I'm going to turn around so I can hear you better.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
There you go. We talked a couple weeks ago when I was on Dr. Oda's presentation. But since then, I'm a competitive bodybuilder. And for the last 3 years, I've placed second in my class. And one of the issues has been when I drop weight and I lean out, I have loose skin on my abs. I'm 55 years old. My skin doesn't tighten up the way it always has. And I started using this about 5 weeks ago with a skin tightening collagen cream. I would use the mist first. And from everything Dr. Oda had said is that would help everything absorb. So I would put that on. I would spray, wait about a minute, put the creams on and use it. And it actually made a huge difference in my skin tightening up. And I just won my class. So as of last Saturday, I am the Masters Nationals 55 and over bodybuilding champion in the United States. So I credit a lot of the skin tightening up and stuff to this. It was fantastic. And I used it probably 2 or 3 times a day. I'd get up in the morning, I'd spray it on, I'd wait, I'd rub it. Middle of the afternoon, if I came by, I'd do it again. Same thing at night. So just a little success story for you there. It absolutely made a difference on my skin and the skin tightening up and the collagen working and just doing everything that it should. So huge
Wow, that is incredible. I'd love to hear that story, because in my past I didn't really go into it, but what caused me to get so sick was bodybuilding. You know, I was taking all those artificial sweeteners, ephedra, caffeine, aspirin. That's how I got my adrenal glands stressed out, and then I got mercury poisoning from all the tuna fish, and so my body was having a hard time with trying to balance after that. So I mean, you found the hydrogen water, and to do it naturally, amazing. And then you've got the skin tightening aspects of it. I would be honored if I could get your photo and your, you know, your trophy that you want or whatever with a hydro shot or something, maybe even just a mister. and we can put
I
that
will-
online, because that is unbelievable. Good work. That's not easy,
Well-
you know, that's a lot of dedication, and you really
Yeah.
have to be focused. So
Well,
good
I
work
have,
on that.
and actually this weekend, Andreas and I spoke 2 days ago. I'll wait for you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hold on just a second. Let me turn you around. There. Okay.
Okay. So this weekend I have an event. So I think I had told you before, I own a mental health nonprofit. My fiance passed away 3 years ago. She was a bodybuilder. And I have a mental health nonprofit where we push mental health through physical strength. So get your body right and your mind will kind of go right. And the event
Awesome.
this week is a local bodybuilding show in her honor. So I actually speak at several different events, and this one this weekend, Andreas helped me put a flyer together. So I'll be in front of probably 300 people Saturday, and not
Yay.
just talking to the foundation, but I'm certainly going to be walking around with my Hydra shot and my flyers. Every competitor is getting one. They're getting pictures of all this and my affiliate link. So I'm excited about it.
That's great.
Every time I post a video of me sitting here at my desk and doing work and the bubbles are coming up, I usually get about 5 direct messages real quick. What is that? What are you doing? What's your secret? What's going on? So I'll
Wow.
this Saturday, but I think it should be a huge success.
Great. It sounds like we need to get some brochures together for you, just for your specific events, and how this water will help with, you know, athletics and athletes and bodybuilders.
I would love that. And I also teach high school nutrition, and we do a huge part on water. And I have probably 30 different brands of water. We test for heavy metals and all that. I didn't have this information. We usually do it around about March when I start to teach that part. So this will be a huge, huge thing for my high school nutrition this year as well. So I'm excited about it. The kids know I walk around usually with a gallon jug. This year they're going to see me walk around with this, so it'll be a little bit different. So I'm very excited to be part of this. I've absolutely loved the product. I dove into it thinking it was going to be something that I could debunk, and the deeper I got into it, the more I went, "Wow, this stuff is awesome!" And then Toyota's stuff, it was great. So just like to give you my success. So yeah, I'll put a picture and everything together and send it to you. That would be great.
Yeah, maybe we can put like a little bundle pack together for just athletes, maybe the hydro shot and the shower and the supplement or something like that. Just because I think it's easy. When you go to the gym, you know, you're already drinking water, just put your water in here.
Well, and I do a Hydra FX tab in the morning when I first get up on an empty stomach, because he had said that runs, 6 to 12 hours. I do another one before I go to bed to get me through the night. And then during the day, I'll do the Hydra shot, pre-workout, post-workout, and then 2 other times during the day, just when I need it. But always right before I go in the gym, and as soon as I'm done, I actually have this on the treadmill. And when the treadmill gets to 10 minutes, I hit this. So as soon as I'm done, I can kind of get it in and get that rejuvenation going again. So I have a whole program that I've already
Yeah,
developed.
when you're a walking testimony, that's unbelievable. I'm sure
I
you
love
get
it.
stopped all the time in the gym. What is that you're doing? What's the bubbles? I'm sure.
Yeah, everybody loves it. So to be able to do that and then to tie it in with my fiance's foundation, and we were all about health and fitness and what we could do. It's just going to be awesome. So.
Oh, I'd love to hear that. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing the stories, and I'd love to get together with you, maybe more one-on-one, and we can discuss some different options and help you
Absolutely.
succeed in any way possible.
Yep, Andres was fantastic. He was a huge help. So
I
thank you.
know, and Sophia are great too. Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. Is there any other questions out there or any other testimonies anyone wants to share? Well, I guess we'll then conclude. All right, we'll look forward to seeing you all in the Facebook group and on social media. Thanks again, guys, and let's bring more people to the platform. You know, we should have at least 100 people or more on these calls. Awesome, awesome. All right, cheers for the future, everyone. Thank you again for coming. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
Bye.
Thank you, Amanda.
Bye.
Bye.